We have to forgive people. And forgiveness is a challenge because that means you've been wronged. Whenever we're talking about forgiveness, someone was wronged, hurt, injured, offended. So this isn't just an easy topic, and I have a feeling that all of us, somewhere down the line in life, we've been wronged, hurt, offended, injured. And so this becomes real because sometimes these injuries are hard to let go of. I can think of people in my past going back 2 or 3 decades now. I'm getting older, you know. And you know how it is. There's somebody that did something to you a long time ago. You can remember it like it was yesterday. And the thought of it raises the hair on the back of your neck. And you go into this mode of frustration and anger and pain. You have a physical reaction. I remember a woman was in our Bible study and she was having a hard time because she had been abused by a relative. And, well, one of the other people in the Bible study said, you have to forgive or God won't forgive you. And there's this passage in Matthew. It's kind of a painful passage, and it's exactly what it says. If you forgive others for their transgressions, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others, then your Father will not forgive your transgressions. But friends, you have to hear me. Forgiveness is our word. Forgiveness is what we Christians are about. Okay? I'll never forget the Oklahoma City bombings. I was pretty angry, frustrated. I want to see Timothy McVeigh get his due. And so Billy Graham's there, and he starts off the community service saying, we are here to forgive. And I was really taken back because, you know what? I wasn't thinking about forgiveness. And here he was saying, friends, if we're going to do church, and if we're going to ask God into this situation, here's how it works. We forgive. This is one of the fundamental principles of Christianity. And here's where it's a problem. It's not fair. You shouldn't be able to do that kind of stuff and be forgiven. It's not enough to just say, okay, we forgive you. I like what C.S. Lewis says. Everyone thinks forgiveness is a lovely idea until you have someone to forgive. Okay? And I like that because you're the victim. Somebody hurt you. Somebody undermined your business, swindled your money, cheated on you, hurt your children. In our text, it's a $10 million debt. It's not just small potatoes. And I bring this up because forgiveness is costly. When you come to church, there's not a no problem sign on the back of the wall. There's a cross. Because forgiveness is costly. In Hebrews it says, without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sins. It's costly. We so casually engage in our sin, not realizing it cost Jesus his life. That's how serious it is. You know, we indulge in our sin and then we sing Amazing Grace and we get all excited. And what's happened is forgiveness has become a loophole. Okay, it enables us to live however we want, and we get to be forgiven. And some of us have turned that into a career. We talked about it last week. You know, the patron saint is, Father, be merciful to me, the sinner, and we stay on that line between judgment and mercy. We never really mature and get off and become fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. And you can't just live off of cheap grace. Forgiveness isn't easy, friends. It really, really isn't. All right? The character in our story could not do it. It goes against human nature. He couldn't do it. He had received the most incredible gift. I release you from your $10 million debt. And I'm not going to throw your wife and children into prison with you. And what does he do? He goes ahead and he grabs a hold of another person by the throat, throws him into prison. He couldn't do it. It's not natural. And I want you to hear this. When you and I go into the forgiveness process, This is where God starts to work on the inside of us. Okay, when we forgive, we are most like Christ.